feed these guys. That way you can kind of see how it's done, how you can feed two of them at the same time. They've never been fed together. They've never been out like this. So you can kind of see how I do it. I'm starting off with both of them in place. That way they know that, they can't leave the area, so they, should theoretically stay here, nothing bad should happen. The older one is better at it, so I'm actually going to start with the younger one. That way I can work with her more, because she's more likely to behave. So I'm going to start off with the young one. I'm going to get her attention, kind of stir the food around a little bit. As you can see, she's looking at it. So first I'm going to set it down. If she starts to go for it, I'm not going to say anything, I'm just going to pick it back up. You see there? She went for it, pick it back up. Same thing. Same thing. Now if she's starting to come a little too close to her, no. So I was wanting to create a little more space, that way there's no issues. With Richie, I wouldn't do it this close. I would give you a little bit more space. You see there, you got an excited puppy. So it's going to take a little more with her.
Now, at this point, would you have someone with the leash?
If you had a second person that could help, that would be great.
Okay.
If you have someone else with the leash, that would cut this time in half.
Just to give them a little pop as they're jumping?
Just give them a little pop, even as soon as they start to move forward.
Okay.
Just that way it doesn't take, forever to do this. I'm actually going to give her a little bit of spatial pressure now to kind of get her to sit down. As soon as she sits down, I'm going to back off. I'm moving around because we're getting so close to the end of place that she's about to come off of it. And I don't want to be dealing with place, I'm just trying to feed her. So that way she won't come completely off. Now I made the little sound there, a little verbal correction.
Why are you waiting?
I just want her to know that just because food's on the ground, that doesn't mean that it's hers.
Okay.
No. Because if that was my dinner, if I'm sitting here at the couch and I set food down, I don't want all the dogs to come over and eat my dinner. So that way she knows that it's not hers until I give it to her. So now that she's waiting, she's being good, I'm going to let her have it. I'm going to give her the release word and scoot it closer to her. Okay. Now I can go over here to the other dog. Same thing with her. Now she's not going for it. Okay. No. Now this one would be really good to have a second person just to be holding that leash to make sure that that puppy doesn't get over there. But if the puppy gets over there, especially with Richie, you might have an issue. But that's how it's done. I'm just going to stand here until everybody's done eating to make sure that nobody, comes off a place and messes with each other. And then as soon as everybody's done, I'm going to pick up the food bowl and again make sure they stay in place because, I didn't give a release for them to leave.
No, you only allow them to have a certain amount of time, right?
I give them 15 minutes max. Now, obviously, if they're chowing down like that, I'm not going to go remove the food bowl and not let them finish eating. But if I give them only 15 minutes, that teaches them that when the food gets put down, it's time to eat. 15 minutes later, it's going to disappear, whether they're hungry or not. It's just going to go away.
That's part of the pack leader mentality, true?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to decide when they eat and how long they have to eat. Whenever I give them food, that's me saying it's time to eat. And whenever it goes away, that's the pack leader saying, food's going away.